All right, here we are. We're back with Q4. This is the last qualifying session before race day. You gotta love that. So anyway, and also another 2Fast2Tasty run at the end of this session. We love seeing that. Anyway, we are at Charlotte 4 wide. You're not really running 4 wide most of the time. It's usually like 3 wide. And I don't get that. But anyway, we're not going to hold this up any longer. We're going to go ahead and start taking a look at the top fuel. And at the end, like I said, at the end of the session, it'll be 2Fast2Tasty challenge. And we'll see how that turns out. All right. So, let's go. All right, here we go. Firing them up.
Final qualifying session in Mission Foods Top Fuel. And for the car in lane number 1, it means the final opportunity for Keith Mert to get into the field. And more importantly, this is the final car that could bump Dan Mercier, because both Scott Farley and Sean Reed are not going to make the call in this session. Sean Reed, who kind of experimented with the 2-car operation.
Only 2 cars.
Weekend, but they didn't really bring 2 full crews, and he knew, like, we were basically going to take 2 shots at it. We didn't get in, we didn't get in. That was their setup this weekend. I don't know what happened with Scott Farley, but I'm disappointed that he and Michelle don't get the opportunity to bring the Scott Rod racing car up here and bump in. It means we get to focus a little more here on Keith Mert's Mertco machine. Todd Payton's car on the left lane, lane number 1. Justin Ashley's
like
lane number 4. He's locked into the field now, but trying to improve from the number 14 spot and that Skag machine. But all eyes on lane 1, 388.
Skag
the
machine.
He's got a chance. He's going to come up just short. 3.930, 304 miles per hour for Keith Mert is a good run for Keith Mert and that team, but it is simply not enough to get in here. That team needed to make the 393 in the first qualifying session, and unfortunately Keith comes up a little bit short. I hope it's not too long before we see Keith back out here. I hope it's not too long before we see Todd Payton's car back out here, regardless of who is behind the wheel, I should say. For Justin Ashley, a 384.2, 329 miles per hour is his best run of the weekend, but it does not improve his qualifying spot. So Justin Ashley can start no better than 14th, and somebody is going to qualify number 3, look across the quad and go, okay, at number 3 I get to race number 6, and I get to race
boy's quick on the throttle, I'll tell you that.
I get to race Justin Ashley?
Yes.
His reaction time's incredible.
6 or 11, he's the 14.
You may have a couple hundreds on him on the racetrack, but you can always count on him having a couple hundreds on the starting line, so that is no easy feat. Crazy to see, though, how this sport, just from race to race, goes. Because Justin Ashley, running up at the last race, driving well, the car was doing well, and I think they'd be the first to tell you, sitting in the number 14 spot, didn't qualify the way that they wanted to, so this sport is brutal. Very humbling. Getting a great look inside the office of one of the rising stars of the NHRA drag racing, the Carlisle Tools, Ron Capps Motorsports. Top fuel driver. Oh, it's almost like she heard me. Hey, Maddie the baddie. How you doing? She wasn't waving at me.
No, she's got a lot of energy.
Cool, I do appreciate you trying to take credit for it.
A lot.
I just want to be cool.
You are cool.
And Maddie's cool.
You are cool.
But that's a great shot of her inside of her canopy.
So focused, too.
Maddie,
on her
we
driving.
wouldn't let you sit up here if you weren't cool.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, we'd replace you with J-Lo.
Ouch. You guys did stick me out there one time.
That's true. Once was enough. Yes, Jason.
Nothing. I just heard my name. I didn't
Dan Mercier is in lane 1. Will Smith's in lane 3. Matty Gordon's in lane 4. The car that would have been in lane 2 is Sean Reed, as we mentioned, not making the call here. So Mercier, who was the bump coming into the session, just avoided any situation where he could be bumped out. Oh, by the way, if Dan Mercier does not improve, how'd you like to be the number 1 qualifier? Be like, all right, I got 1, 8, 9, and 16. Usually in 4 wide, you like to be the number 1 because you're like, all I got to do is beat 8 or 9. Most of the time, 16 is not a factor.
Not today.
If Dan Mercier does not move off the bump, Dan, that's a car that's been to the semifinals multiple times out here. I don't want to race Dan Mercier in round number 1. Top Fuel's brutal this weekend.
I talked about that in the Play NHRA video of the difference between NHRA Top Fuel racing and funny car racing, of how it kind of switched with the pro stock categories. Those used to be the ones with the tighter odds and the more competitive fields, but this is like pro stock stuff.
Well, I mean, look through these 16 cars right now and tell me when you roll up there in round number 1, which quad you want to be in as the highest qualified car and go, I only really need to beat one of them.
I want to sit where I'm at and call this race with you.
Right. No, this, the 16 cars that are qualified in Top Fuel, this is going to be, like a UFC fight tomorrow. Is the way that I'm going to
multiple quads of dooms.
Listen, you better be on your game on the starting line tomorrow in Top Fuel.
What would a gaggle of 16 be called if the quad is 4?
That's a good question.
A quad? Quad squared?
So Mercier, Smith, and Matty Gordon, 16, 11, and 13, all trying to shuffle the order here. Okay. I'll take a lot of that tomorrow for 500, please. Will Smith, 377.5. Hello, Will Smith. 331 miles per hour. And the Bluebird team rockets to the top half of the field and the number 7 spot. Great run for Will Smith. 382.5. Matty Gordon's
good
best
run
run
right
of the
there.
weekend. She's 13th. Dan Mercier also improves at a 386 with an 8 up to number 15. How about 3 cars down, 3 cars that improve, one of them into the top half of the field, and we go to the top end to check in with Bruno. And this evening here in Charlotte, and it's not supposed to be here tomorrow when we race, so don't think you don't need to come out here tomorrow for the races. It's an evening dusting of rain, I'll say, and then we'll be good to go tomorrow. But it's actually helping to make the conditions better for Top Fuel.
It's not all the time in Q4 where we get a dip in that.
Go.
No.
Talking to Tony Schumacher in lane number 1, whose car rolled through the water and never did the burnout and just stopped and is now going backwards. But I'm very curious whether Tony Schumacher has a throttle. I mean, he's got a pedal.
I'm
but
not
whether
seeing much of a panic over there.
Well, the thing is, if the throttle's disconnected from the supercharger, there's really not a panic to be had. It's either going to work or it's not. Although Jim Oberhofer's staring at it like it's going to work. Are they trying to reconnect it? Oh, I think they might have just actually
throttle disconnect.
I could be crazy. We came off
Not
that
good.
shot. It's hard for me to see, but with Tony Schumacher's in lane 1, Tony Stewart's in lane 2, Ida Zetterstom's in lane 3, and Jasmine's in lane 4.
Ida's in lane
Tony
3.
Stewart out here representing R&L Carriers. Again, want to give a big shout out. I know there's about 100 R&L Carriers employees out here rooting on smoke. Welcome to drag racing.
Tony Stewart trying to move off the bump. There's a pop for Schumacher in lane 1. And Tony Stewart will indeed move up off the bump.
Jasmine got in there as
3.808,
well.
The quickest to the quad. Ida Zetterstrom's global skew machine goes 382.0. Jasmine goes 386 with a 4. Neither one of those cars will improve. So Jasmine's 9, Ida's 10. Tony Stewart up to 12. Tony Schumacher popped and was off the throttle early and will sit number 13. And we go back to the top end to check in with Bruno, reviewing their runs.
Rose Clay Milliken,
Right.
Antron Brown.
All 4 burnouts in this quad completed. Last time we saw Antron Brown, he was being a track star.
Is
Running back
this
to the starting line,
the
didn't get to make a run. We've got Sean Langdon over
That's
in lane
right.
1.
2Fast2Tasty.
Yeah.
It was a while ago.
With the helmet fire suit on too, look good.
He, yeah.
Look good.
Well, that wasn't Clay.
Blue in lane 3 and Spencer
Not
Massey
bad.
in lane 4. Great to see Spencer Massey back out here. Spencer Massey's been racing a long time. Texas native, been a part of this sport for a very, very long time. And I love to see him back out here, especially with the program
Leah.
from the Laguna boys that he's got over there.
What do these 4 have in common, Courtney?
What do these 4 have in common? 3 of the 4 race junior dragsters. I lost it at Amtron, so I'm not sure. You stumped me.
How about all 4 of them had their breakthroughs in top fuel dives for Don Shea?
Go.
Ah, I was on a very different page.
Leah let off.
375.8, 335. I see you, Brian Houston. Sean Langdon becomes the quickest car of the day in top fuel eliminator and the fastest as well. 335 miles per hour for the current #1 qualifier in top fuel. Antron goes 3.807, 328. Leah and Spencer both drove in tire smoke out there. But Sean Langdon positions himself uniquely after smoking the tires in Q3 and bowing out of the Mission Foods Challenge. Langdon, who earned the maximum number of qualifying points yesterday by being low in both sessions, has set himself up to earn some more points here today as well. Watch from the time the pre-stage bowl comes on in that run. Kind of get the full story there. Clay Milliken, Billy Torrance, Josh Hart, and Doug Coletta, meanwhile, have completed their burnouts. And this is the final round of the Mission Foods 2Fast2Tasty Challenge in top fuel.
That's right. It's great to see
All right,
all
this
these
Too
competitors
Fast, Too
here,
Tasty
obviously.
right
We
here.
got Doug Coletta, who's won quite a few of these, the reigning champion. Josh Hart, already a winner in the year. But Billy Torrance making his final round appearance here in the Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge, taking over driving duties for his son Steve, who I know is back at home watching and listening and texting with him and Natalie all day. So shout out to them. And Clay Milliken, also kind of on his, goes in and out on the comeback tour, but we're going to call this the comeback tour for the rough weekend for Rick Whale Racing in Pomona. And a nice final round.
4 points on the line when we reset the championship. To
go.
win, 2 points if you're in second, 1
Bang.
for third and fourth. The first car to move is Doug Coletta. And for the first time this season, Coletta Motorsports does not win the Too Fast, Too Tasty.
Oh.
It's Clay Milliken.
Clay Milliken.
3.83.2 on
Imagine
a
that.
shot.
Good
Clay
for
Milliken
you,
wins it for
Clay.
his team over Billy Torrance, who goes
I like Clay.
3.82.9 to come home in second. It's
He's such a cool
Doug
dude.
Coletta third and Josh Hart fourth. That does not matter. Clay Milliken, Parts Plus, Super.com, and Rick Ware Racing win the Mission Foods Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge here at home.
All right, there we have it. Q4 and Too Fast, Too Tasty. Clay Milliken wins it. That puts a little paycheck in his pocket. I'm sure he's proud of that. I think that's the first time he's won that. Good for you, Clay. Way to go, buddy. Stomp on that loud pedal. There you go. Anyway, all right, tomorrow is race day. So, be here, and we'll have it all. We'll try to get it all to you. I do appreciate you stopping in. Like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate that as well. Hey, we'll see you tomorrow at Charlotte for race day. Have a great one. We'll see you.